Get your ass out of here. If you got license, you son of a...
I mean, I just want to fish, ma'am.
Oh, no, hell, you can't fish. You don't know how to fish. You don't even wear the right kind of clothes. You got damn stupid shoes on anyway. Where'd you get them ugly britches? You asshole.
Speaking of TikTok, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Before I had TikTok, I was in a private peacock bass fishing group in South Florida. Mm-hmm. And I went fishing close to my house on this private lake. I snuck in, and this old lady comes out. She goes, "Hey, Ron John, what are you doing over there?" And I'm like, so I'm automatically like, fuck yeah. And I start filming her. And she's like, "Get your ass out of here. You don't know how to fish. And look at your ugly britches." And she starts roasting me, right?
Yes.
And I'm filming her. And then like the next day, somebody had screen grabbed my video out of that group and put it on TikTok. And then the next day people were texting me. They're like, "Dude, your video's on TikTok and there's like 9 million views on it."
I've seen that video. She was complaining
me.
about the britches. You've got to be kidding
that's
me.
me. So,
holy cow.
So not only that, like you guys were talking about Shaquille O'Neal earlier too, fishing by his house. He posted the video. And then so it went crazy, like in this different realm of not fishing people. And people were like using the audio and making their own like videos with the audio. And it just got weird. Like I was watching the videos. I'm like, people are nuts. I'm like, TikTok is crazy. The internet.
I have to find it now. Everybody's commenting. I had no idea that existed. Damn. I wish we had that queued up.
So she was like a old crusty old woman, and she was like, "You don't know how to fish. Look at your britches. You don't know how to fish."
Right. And I'm like,
I just sound like she smoked a pack of cigs a day.
I'm like, "I just want to fish, ma'am." And she goes to town, but people were using that audio where there was actually people like in the hood, like using my voice. So I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, and like people were hitting me. I was like, "Blake, you need to make a TikTok." And I'm like, I don't want to be a TikToker. Like, I actually want to like fish. Like, I don't understand that whole world of like, I'm not against it. And I don't want to like bash anybody who is, but like, I enjoy fishing and not, being like a character, like a shtick. I guess does that make sense?
You are a character. I'll go ahead and tell you. You just got.
You don't want to turn into lunch
right
money
here
or the road dog. Is that what you're saying?
Well, but I actually do love fishing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like just going out there and like doing the whole. I mean, I'm not against it. Maybe I should stop talking.
No, keep going, please.
I don't know. I want to talk about what I'm for, not what I'm against. But I'm not a big, like.
You're not doing it for the media part. You're doing it just because you like to go fishing.
It was so crazy. Like I'm a construction worker, so I'm hanging doors, and people are like, "Oh, dude, I saw that." People were texting me like, "Your video's on MTV Ridiculousness," and I'm like, "How?" What? Yes, it's on Ridiculousness with that guy Rob, and I'm like, how did this happen? And it got so crazy. And then I made friends with the old lady. Finally, I went back. I'm like, "Listen, you're a star." She's getting stopped. She goes to like the Florida Gators game, and she's like, all these people are coming up taking selfies with me. So she turns into like a legend. And then her family starts hitting me up. They're like, "Stop exploiting her." I'm like, "I'm not." I'm like, the internet is. I'm like, I'm like, my hands are clean. Funniest shit in the world. I'm driving home from this kayak tournament. My phone rings. It's her. She goes, "Well, turns out you can fish." She called me yesterday.
Shut up. Are you serious?
I swear to God. My wife's in the car. She calls me and I'm like, "Shirley," I'm like, "I love you." I'm like, we built a good relationship. I took my kids over there, took my wife over there, and like,
no way.
Dude, I'm not joking.
Please post a video on TikTok of you just like being friends with that old woman.
If you guys really go down the rabbit hole and see like how far it went. The thing is, I deleted most of my videos out of respect for her because honestly, her family really wasn't happy for a long time. They were like mad at me. I'm like, "Listen, I didn't do this to shame her." But when you read the comments online, people can get really brutal. There was people like saying the really hateful stuff, and her family's like reading it. And I'm like, "Listen, I did not. This was not my intention." So I had to like backpedal a lot.
But you became friends, and that's what counts.
Yeah. And
work through it. Do you get to fish behind her house now?
Yeah, and it's good. It's so